Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Jets Radio. This is one of your hosts, Tyson Roush, and I have a feeling this is going to be a completely chaotic show, so we will do our best to get everybody on as fast as possible. Let me introduce the man of the people, Long Beach Joe. What is up, man?
Offensive genius, huh? Offensive genius. Can't figure out how to pick up a zero blitz. He's an offensive genius, though. I'll tell you. All you Gase defenders that were in my mentions, that were in my DMs, going back and forth, listen up. Shut your dumb ass up. Stay out of my DMs. Stay out of my mentions. That was completely ridiculous. Everything that we saw out there offensively was completely ridiculous. And a lot of it falls in the lap of Adam Gase. You had Belichick out there laughing at us and trolling us during the game. During the game, they were laughing and trolling. They were bringing a blitz where there's next to no help after if a guy breaks a tackle all night, midfield. Midfield, they were doing that. They were testing us. They were challenging us. They were begging us, please, go ahead, because we know that you can. That was completely embarrassing. That was a horrid performance. So listen, what's up, Ty? I know we got a lot to talk about tonight, and I can't wait because I'm ready to get into it. So listen, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote our Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook. Click that like button. Search for Let's Talk Jets Radio. Click that like button. Content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message us. We'll message you right back. We love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave us some feedback. We love hearing about what you folks think we do here on Let's Talk Jets Radio. So without further ado, Ty, let's get into the show, man. I'm really upset, and I'm fired up.
Yeah, as always, we're on Instagram and Twitter at Talk Jets Radio. We're on YouTube. Let's Talk Jets Radio. Please subscribe there. Also, we're on iTunes. For all of you that listen to us on iTunes and everyone else, please subscribe. I can't even talk. Subscribe. Leave us some feedback there. We're on Spreaker as well. So we're pretty much all over the place, and we definitely appreciate all the follows, all the listens. I know over the last 24 hours, our social media accounts have been complete chaos, so we definitely appreciate you taking your time out of the day to interact and talk with us, as we're just fans. I mean, listen, it is what it is. It's a complete embarrassment. It's a nightmare. It's a disaster where Adam Gase became Rich Kotite, Sam Darnold became Mark Sanchez, MetLife Stadium became Gillette Stadium. You name it, it went wrong. It all went wrong. And as we said last week, you're only as good as your last performance. So last week, the Jets beat the Cowboys, and everybody is all happy and proud, pumping their chest, and this is a big game and all this, and how do you grow off it, how do you do it? And what did the Jets do? They laid an epic, legendary clunker to the point that they're embarrassed on and off the field, to the point where, Joe, to be honest with you, I'm just numb, dude. It's like I'm just so tired of this, and I really don't feel like hearing 3 hours of fire Gase, because we both know he's not going to get fired. 3 hours to trade this guy, cut this guy, all this stuff, because guess what? We still have another 8-9 weeks of this nonsense. So it's just it's just ridiculous. It's inexcusable. It's embarrassing. It's not going to change anytime soon. And the only thing you got to hope for is they bounce back and play well against the Jaguars. Because if not, this is going to be a colossal problem. And you already touched on it. The only responsibility that Adam Gase had out of all his jobs this year was take care of Sam Darnold, develop Sam Darnold, mold Sam Darnold, bring together a competent offense. And last night, Sam Darnold, like I mentioned, looked like Mark Sanchez. He completely regressed. Happy feet, lack of ball security, fundamentals looked terrible, mechanics looked awful. It was the most alarming thing I've ever seen. This was Geno Smith stuff. This was Mark Sanchez stuff. This was like Quincy Carter, Brooks Bollinger stuff. Like the worst quarterback play I've seen in years. And nothing's going to change because this organization feels comfortable just keeping everything in place, not firing the offensive line coach, not questioning why C.J. Mosley was taken off the field when he was limping, not holding nobody accountable. The only thing we've asked at this goddamn organization is hold people accountable, be competent, be competitive. And I'll let you speak next, Joe. I just want to get this off my chest. I'm going to be done for the night. I don't know what to say. I, like a jackass, bought in. And I just said, you know what? This team is going to play competitive football. I predicted a victory because I bought in that the leadership of Adams and May and Le'Veon Bell, they are going to fight and they're going to scratch and claw and they're going to make us proud to be Jet fans. And guess what? They shoved it straight up our ass. On primetime television again. Good. And you know what? Nothing's going to change. Because Woody Johnson doesn't care. Chris Johnson doesn't care. God knows what Joe Douglas is doing. No changes are being made. Nobody's being fired. How the offensive line coach has his job, I have no idea. But guess what? Everything is goddamn fine. They're going to say, you know what? Our schedule's getting easier. We're going to win some games, and fans are going to be happy. The fans aren't happy. We're giving up. We're numb now. We don't care. I don't care if you win 3 games, 4 games, or 5 games. I don't care anymore. Lose by 30, lose by 10. I don't care. You suck the life out of me. This team is not even fun to watch anymore, Joe. Beat the Jaguars. Big deal. Oh, you could beat the Dolphins. Who gives it? Who cares? Like, we're lowering our standards so bad that we're relying on an easy schedule to make ourselves feel better. Oh, don't worry. We could beat the Dolphins. That's where we're at now. We're to the point now we're happy about beating bad teams. You know why? Because we're a bad team. This is ridiculous. Like, I'm tired of it, dude. Like, I don't care. I don't care if they beat the Jaguars. I don't care. I don't care if they beat the Redskins, the Dolphins. This season is a lost cause. You wasted a year of Le'Veon Bell. That's what you did. You wasted a year of Le'Veon Bell. C.J. Mosley, a wasted year. This is all these high-priced free agents, 1 year out the books. And more importantly, Joe, 1 year Sam Darnold going right into the dumpster.
Exactly.
Horrendous.
Exactly.
Horrendous. There are no positives and nothing. And my biggest problem, Joe, is nothing is going to change.
Yeah. You know, and I know you said earlier, hey, you don't want to hear the people call in and be upset about different things. I want everybody to call in and be upset. You know, I want to hear that energy because I'm all about the smoke tonight. I want all the smoke. Listen, we could talk about, you know, Le'Veon Bell, like you said, the wasted year that he has and all these other guys we have. But I want to stick with Sam Darnold because this is hiring Adam Gase was one of the biggest decisions of our franchise history because Sam Darnold is supposed to be our franchise quarterback. And I don't think people really understand, or at least Jets fans, they have really short memories. They don't remember when we were searching for this franchise quarterback. Remember those days when we had Ryan Fitzpatrick and Geno Smith, and remember drafting Hackenberg and Bryce Petty and all these guys that we went through trying to find what many other teams in the NFL have had for years. Many other successful teams, many of the other teams that are constantly competing, they have that franchise quarterback, and we were trying to find it. And offensively, we were always in the Stone Ages. We could never catch up to anybody. Now, we finally get this kid, and we put him in the hands of a complete idiot, a guy that has shown time and time again that he has no business being a head coach, particularly being a head coach for us. And he has no business being allowed to be anywhere near, him or Loggins, be anywhere near Sam Darnold, be anywhere near a young franchise quarterback. He showed us that in Miami. He was hired here. I reminded you folks over and over again about what we had saw in Miami. I reminded you that all that nonsense that people was making up about his offensive scheme was crap. Nobody wanted to listen. So now tonight on the grand stage, prime time, he goes up against, again, Belichick. Now, you're supposed to be the Patriot killer. That's what you was hired for. That's what I remember hearing. One of the reasons why he hired Adam Gase, this is one of the reasons they were trying to sell us on him, is, hey, he goes up against the Patriots. He knows how to beat them. He knows what's up. He's been in the AFC East. So far, all the teams in the AFC East he ain't beat. But, hey, we've been in the AFC East. He knows how to beat these teams. He knows how to compete with Belichick. He knows how to beat the Patriots. That's what we're here to do. He got completely embarrassed and undressed by Belichick on prime time TV. This man sent 0 blitzes all night long. Most of them were not even disguised at all. They were lining up, bringing the house every time. Do you understand how disrespectful that is? Especially when you're doing that midfield. Because that leaves guys like Robbie, all of our wide receivers, that leaves them one-on-one. If they catch the ball and break a tackle, there's nobody back there to make a tackle. You're going to run into the end zone. Easy. The Patriots are literally lining up saying, you're not good enough, and we're about to show you what time it is. You won't beat me, and I'm not worried about it. Just like French Montana, I ain't worried about nothing. I'm not worried about nothing you're going to do because you're not with it. And we gonna be in Sam's face all night long, and that's exactly what they were. But what kills me is that Adam Gase, the offensive guru, the guy that's supposed to know everything about offense, the quarterback whisperer, how come he couldn't fix up any protections to make sure that Sam was safe?
There was a lot of times where they were bringing that zero blitz, lining up. I'm talking about no disguises. McCourty, all those guys at the line. I'm coming. I'm going to rush. And he went empty backfield on some of those things. There was nobody back there but Sam. There was no protection. No nothing. How do you let that happen to your young QB? How do you let your young QB get assaulted like we saw last night? How do you let him get beat up like that? How? And and I came on this damn show. I came on this show, and I talked about the lasting effects of getting QBs hit like what I thought Darnold was going to get hit like this season. And you saw it. You saw how scared he was. Tyson, he was throwing the ball and lunging out of the way. He didn't even care at one point. You could see his mechanics. He's on his back foot, just throwing the ball. Just get it out of here. He's just running for his life. He's trying to save himself. Please. You get a QB shell-shocked, it's almost impossible to fix them. I'm telling you. And what you saw last night, if this carries on in a game after game, stuff like that, and I brought up Carr, there's other quarterbacks that have had it happen to in the NFL, that becomes part of your DNA, and then you can't ever get rid of it. Then all of a sudden, every time he takes a snap, he's thinking something's coming. Damn it, he said it himself, mic'd up, and whoever allowed him to be mic'd up, you should be ashamed of yourself, because that's completely ridiculous. But that's incompetence.
Well, that's the Jets, man.
On another
that's
part.
The Jets. That's the Jets. The Jets are always they love promoting things. They love promoting things. Idiots.
Seriously, you mic'd up. Tyson, they mic'd up Darnold against the Patriots. Are you kidding me? You could have picked anybody else but him. Anybody else. You were really feeling yourself that much after beating Jason Garrett? You really felt yourself that much? You were really strutting around thinking, oh, yeah, we'll just mic up Darnold. No problem. This is ridiculous. Let me just go back real quick. I'm sorry. But that's incompetence on a whole nother level. But the fact that he allowed him to get in there and get beat up like that and then start getting skittish, happy feet, couldn't feel himself. He said it himself live, I see ghosts out there. I'm seeing ghosts. You start seeing stuff like that, you'll completely destroy your quarterback. But the worst part of it was not just the fact that Gase left him out there, not just the fact that Gase didn't protect him with any coverages. He wouldn't take him out of the game late. Why is he still in the game if you see that he's playing like this? So you're not going to protect your young QB on any level. You're not going to protect him in the game plan. You're not going to make any adjustments so you can protect him out on the field because he's getting hit. There were free rushers coming at him. He was getting smacked. That's why he started getting scared. And then you're not going to protect him from himself late in the game. You're going to allow him to continue to go out there, get hit, try to run around, do anything, throw off his back foot, and then ruin his confidence. Tyson, you cover MMA, you cover fighters, you go to any sport. I'm sure you can answer this question. Once the confidence is gone from the athlete, he's pretty much done, right?
Bingo.
He's done.
That's it, dude. You could see it. He was a deer in headlights. Deer in headlights. Exactly. He was cooked.
And it doesn't matter what sport you play. Once your confidence is done, once you start to walk on that field, that court, once you walk into that cage, whatever the hell you do, if you're questioning, whoa, should I be here? Oh, my God, can I make this play? Or can I see these? You're done. You're done. Adam Gase has no business being here. He has no business being here. He's a horrible-ass head coach, and we made a horrible-ass decision. And you're starting to see him literally regress Darnold. We're seeing it. And it's completely out of hand. I've watched Sam since USC. Even before that, I'm in California, so I get to watch him, you know what I'm saying? I've never seen him play that bad. Ever. Even in high school. I have never seen him look like that. I've never seen him look like he just had no clue of where he was, who he was, or what he was doing. I have never seen him look that bad. Ever. I didn't even see him look that bad under Jeremy Bates. Now, for, again, all of you Adam Gase apologists, shut the hell up. This is who Adam Gase is. This is who he is. Period.
Yeah, and you look at the way he completely mishandled Sam Darnold, like you mentioned that, where it's just like, you can make an argument, middle of third quarter, he should have been taken out. He completely mismanaged that. But it's like the three most prominent players on your team are Sam Darnold, completely mishandled him, C.J. Mosley, who was limping on the field, had no explosion, had no impact. You could tell he was struggling. Why is he in the game when it's 33-0? I have no idea. That is one of your most important players on defense. It was criminal how he handled him. And then, of course, you have Le'Veon Bell in the game at 33-0, still running him. Your three most important players on your team, minus Jamal Adams, are still in the game when they shouldn't be. Like, he is so irresponsible. It's criminal. And it's just like, okay, now you have the mishandling of all that, Joe, but it gets even better. Because we could blame Adam Gase for a lot, and we could blame Sam Darnold for being horrendous, and the offensive line for being dropped and all that. This highly touted defense and this highly touted Greg Williams, they defer the ball to the New England Patriots. They defer. And we talk about this. Listen, I'm just a dumb fan, dude. And on our preview on Friday night at 8 o'clock, all I say is the Patriots are very limited at wide receiver. They're going to use Edelman, and they're going to use the running back side of the backfield. They're going to feature them because they don't have a lot of options. They have undrafted free agent rookies other there, so you know who they're going to go to. They're going to use a quick passing game. They're going to do a lot of things. This is what you should expect, keeping in mind that their offensive line is banged up, so the defensive line should generate some pressure. No, and no. They were so unprepared. They were dazed and confused. They sat there and took all these bows for being the Dallas Cowboys. Being the Dallas Cowboys was apparently the Jets' Super Bowl. They won the Super Bowl last week. They act like they earned something. They act like they deserved all this respect and all these kudos going into Monday Night Football, and they got their doors blown off. Like, the defense was lost. They were so unprepared. And, Joe, it wasn't a complicated game plan. Like, you knew what they were going to do. Like, this isn't rocket science here. And, you know, and the funny thing is, and this is what pisses me off the most, it's like, oh, well, they're playing one of the best teams in football, and what could you expect? I can tell you what I expect. I expect competent football. I expect competitive football. I expect a well-coached team. Not just obvious stuff, man. Like, it's not even fun. Like, to be honest, I don't want to do a show tonight. Like, I'm so disgusted. I'm tired of seeing this. Todd Bowles, a coach we ran out of town, did more with less. But think about that. We have more talent. He did more with less. And the problem I have is everything is fine. The Jets are saying, you know what, don't worry about this loss. It's no big deal. We're going to beat some of these bad teams. This organization is content by going 5-11. They're happy. They're going to be proud to say, you know what, we finished the season strong because we won 2 or 3 games. Not realizing you're going 5-11 again. Like, this organization is content, Joe, with being mediocre. We're trying to sell us something. Like, what are you selling us? The team has no. Right now, as a New York Jets fan, there is nothing to be proud about other than Le'Veon Bell and Jamal Adams. Because now you got to worry about Sam and his mental state and what the hell's going to happen to him. There's nothing, no identity, nothing to be proud about. And it's like, and now what? It's a lost season. And now you're going to tell me, well, listen, man, we're going to back at it and play the Jaguars. I beg all Jet fans, because I'm old. I beg you. I beg. Go back to 1995 and 1996 and watch the Rich Kotite press conferences. Watch how the team played, how they performed. The similarities are eerie. It's eerie, dude. Listen, I don't care. I don't care about they beat the Cowboys. I don't care. Well, it's a week by week thing. The things that you saw last night are alarming, and the most alarming thing is Sam Darnold. If this kid, Joe, and you could not have said any better, because if he and the Jaguar, I'm so pissed. I can't even calm down. The thing is, now because Joe, we've watched football for how long? The worst thing you want is a quarterback that has the book out on him. This kid's seeing ghosts. Now we are going to blitz him. We are going to hit him. We are going to beat the daylights out of him, and he can't handle it. He gets scared. Can you imagine a defense saying, hey, this kid's scared. He's scared to get hit now. He's getting skittish. Defenses are going to be drooling over that now. And now the cards are really stacked against him.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got defenses coming up. We'll cover the Jags game on Friday. But the Jags, these guys aren't like some slouches. They got guys over there that will absolutely turn your lights out. Okay? They got some guys over there, and we got some other defenses coming up with pass rushers and guys that can get after you, too. I mean, you talked about Gase mismanaging Le'Veon Bell. I mean, how more obvious could you get than when you come out and run him into the middle of the line? We've done. How many times have we started the game with that?
They were running to the screen pass. Dude, they ran to the screen pass before we did.
I was just about to get to that. You're running these same dumbass screens that everybody knows is coming. I'm calling them out at my house. I can see what you're doing. Just like everybody else, you're running the same screen passes. And if you're not doing that, then you're keying up plays for Demaryius Thomas. You're telling me you spent an entire week of preparation. You spent an entire week of preparation drawing up plays for Demaryius Thomas? Are you kidding me? Are you serious?
The thing is, where is the accountability?
Ridiculous.
But where is the accountability, dude?
Tyson, there's no accountability.
Dude, we watch the quarter. There's three players.
This is the same bad game plan we've seen from time to time.
But what did we say about Todd Bowles?
You talked about the defense.
But what did we say about Todd Bowles? Todd Bowles, we said, listen, he doesn't bench anybody. He's too loyal to veterans.
Yep.
We watched Tremaine Johnson up and down the field get torched.
Dude, he was horrible.
Some of these receivers, dude, let's be honest. Some of these receivers are not running their routes, and they're giving up. Demaryius Thomas, and some of the things you saw Robbie Anderson late in the game. Listen, I know everybody loves Robbie. These guys are mailing it too. They're just like, I'm fed up. Like I'm not running these routes. I'm not going to play hard. Accountability culture, dude. In 1 week, it all went to hell.
Listen. You got Tremaine Johnson out here. Tremaine is garbage. He should be benched for the rest of the season. He was getting beat by. You know what kills me is everyone was complaining about how earlier in the season, well, we got all these injuries. The Patriots came in here banged up. Josh Gordon didn't even play. How many injuries did they have offensively? They had offensive linemen that were out. Izzo, one of their big tight ends, he wasn't playing either. They didn't have a lot of their pass catchers. They did a lot of their work running back. I'm saying they had so many guys that were gone out here, and nobody's talking about that. They did not beat us full strength. Do you understand that? If you're listening, you were complaining about that earlier. Well, the Jets don't who got injuries. The Patriots did not beat us full strength, dude. That's why we were, again, if you listen to before the pregame show, we were talking about that, the injuries that they had and how they were coming in with running backs. And you, like we said, you knew the game plan coming in. We were getting worked over by running backs. I watched Roberts get completely dusted by Bolden consistently. We couldn't cover anybody. Tremaine Johnson is trash. He has no business being started. He has no business on the field. He should be a healthy scratch every game. He should be inactive. There's no point in putting him out there. This guy sucks. He was getting beat by Dorsett. Of course, he was getting dusted by Edelman. He got beat by Myers. Oh, my God. Yep. He got beat by Myers. That dude is an undrafted rookie from NC State, and he was torching him. He can't cover anybody. Tremaine Johnson can't cover a bed with a bed sheet. It's over. You want to talk about he's one of the worst corners in the league. He is the worst corner in the league as far as I'm concerned. He is completely terrible. He was getting burned all night. When we tried, there was a time when we were trying to bring the house, and that was when he got that pass interference call. He got cooked on that play. We couldn't even emulate what they were doing on the Patriots side. We couldn't do anything. It was a complete embarrassment, and there was no pass rush whatsoever. Brady just had 30 years back there to just do whatever. Just the defense looked bad. The offense was horrid. This was just a completely awful performance, and you had Belichick laughing at us and joking and playing during the game. And you had Patriots fans taking over MetLife, screaming Brady. I'm done, man. I'm done.
All right. We're going to go to the very busy phone lines. Just give us a chance to get everybody on. Obviously, we can't do 12 minutes of phone calls because we got God knows some people on hold. So we're doing our best to get everybody on. We're going to go to NYSF Magazine. 929-477-2651. What's up, Jay?
That's right. Call in.
Joe. Talk to me, Joe.
Yes.
Talk to me, Joe.
I'm pissed off, Jay. I'm pissed off, Jay.
We saw, this is what I said last week. These people were coming to my Twitter account last week, calling me a clown, calling me a swine for having the gall to question the great Adam Gase and his offensive mind, that those first 4 weeks didn't count, that those were preseason games that didn't count because we didn't have our Sam Darnold in place, because we didn't have C.J. Mosley in place, because we didn't have our full array. Well, you know what? What I saw last night, you're dead on right, Ty. I watched a couple of years ago in this same building. I watched Josh McCown throwing balls to Austin Seferian-Jenkins. You know, guys. I mean, the talent that was on the field last night for the Jets was better than that team. The Jets almost won that game. Like, the Jets were competitive in that game. If not for an overturned call or Austin Seferian-Jenkins in the end zone, they might have won that game. Dude, we're so far away from being competitive with Adam Gase as our head coach that, like, dude, here we are again. I mean, it's like we've had this conversation probably 40 times in the 5 years that I've been calling you guys. It never ends. Dude, we're back to square one. Burn it down. Burn it down. Because they can't get out of their own way, dude. The Johnsons, they're the problem. I mean, I did a Fire John Idzik campaign. We put billboards up in planes, and some people hated it, some people loved it. But you know what the difference is, man? It's like, if there's one thing I can say about that campaign, dude, Idzik wasn't the problem. Yeah, he sucked, but he wasn't the problem. Because look what we got. We got Todd Bowles. Sucks. We got Mike Maccagnan. Sucks. We got Adam Gase. He might be the worst of all of them. Dude, that might be the worst hire that the Jets have ever made. They're going to... And, dude, I'm telling you, man, Joe, I know you don't think he's going to get fired after 1 year, but, dude, how much more of this can Jet fans take, man? This thing is getting ugly fast. And, you know, and I don't know how you sell bringing him back on year 2. He's short of going on some crazy run where they go 9-1, 8-2 the rest of the way. And I mean, how could that happen? How could that possibly? I know we play some scrubs, but dude, who's bigger scrubs than us right now? We're the worst. Teams are licking their chops like, oh, we got the Jets on the card this week. Even the Dolphins are probably thinking, oh, Jets are coming down here. That's gonna be our first win. And would you be shocked if it was? I wouldn't. This team is trash, dude. Trash. They should be ashamed of themselves walking out there on the national stage. And then, of course, just like Joe Benigno said earlier today, and he's right, man. Evan Roberts, can't they just lose quietly? Can't there not be some punchline associated with it where it's like the butt fumble game, now it's the ghost game? Can't there just be a time in our lives where we could just, like, lose in silence, like the Bengals or some nondescript team like that where, like, we suck, but they don't have to get made fun of all day? Dude, my phone was a clown show today with all these Giant fans and all these fans of other teams texting me, calling me, making fun of me. Dude, I had to put my phone away. I had to turn it off. That's what the Jets have done, dude. I'm sick and tired of it, man. I really am. I don't know what else to say. I try to be optimistic. I try to, to see the brighter side of things, we listen to the propaganda and the state TV and the Jets official accounts and we get told by all these experts, quote unquote, the cowards of the world about what a great hire Adam Gase was, despite the fact that I knew it wasn't a great hire and I hated it at the time. I allowed myself to get suckered into being excited about it, and now here we are. 6 games in, and everyone wants him fired, and rightly so. He sucks.
Joe, your thoughts?
Yeah, listen, Jay, I am right there with you, and I could not believe what I was seeing out there. The lack of adjustments, the playing. I mean, it was just absolutely ridiculous. And the question I want to ask you, and again, I want to thank you for calling in. Is do you think that this is something that we'll see stick with Darnold and completely hinder his progression going forward?
Yep. Man, you know what? They've done the unthinkable, man. Sam Darnold dropped to them by the grace of the sports gods, because we had Cleveland ahead of us, and the Giants had Eli Manning and whatever. In 99 drafts out of 100, Sam Darnold would have got taken first, if not second, in that draft. No doubt about it. Somebody would have traded up if he slipped past first, and there's no way he would have sung to us. Sam Darnold sung to us, and the Jets figured out a way to screw him up within the first year and a half. Now, can he be fixed? Well, we'll see. I know that Adam Gase is not the quarterback whisperer to do it, so I don't know, man. You saw how he looked last night? Dude, that did not look like a professional quarterback. It didn't look like a college quarterback. We looked like Rutgers against Penn State out there. Freaking Florida A&M against Alabama. And it's like, dude, this is the 5th week out of 6 games that we've looked like that. Short of the first half against Buffalo and the first half against the Cowboys, we've been an amateur team this year. We played 2 halves of football in 6 games, and there's still people out there that are like, oh, give Gase time, give him have patience. Are you kidding me? What else do you need to see? They're like, oh, the schedule's going to lighten up. Fine. But what does that show? That maybe on our best days we can compete with some of the worst teams in the league, but when we play decent to good teams, to great teams, we're going to get our doors blown off and embarrassed. And then, yeah, dude, I couldn't even go to this game. I couldn't make it up for this game. This, I'm at every game. So I'm sitting there at home all day on Monday, jealous and upset. I'm like, man, I can't believe I'm not going to be out there. Everyone's sending me pictures and video of the tailgate, having a great time. I'm like, man, I can't believe I'm not there. Dude, the best decision I ever made in my life was not flying up for this game. Oh, my God, if I had to sit there and listen to those Patriot fans cheering in our building, Brady. Woody Johnson, man, come on, dude. Take your billions of dollars, go into the sunset, sell the team to somebody that knows what the hell they're doing. Stop holding us hostage. Enough is enough. I can't take it, dude. I really can't. I'm with you, Ty. You don't want to talk to this show tonight. I hate having to make these calls, but dude, it's every year. 10 years of this crap. I'm sick and tired of it, man.
That's the biggest problem, dude. Like, nothing's going to change. Like, this is it. The season's over. It's a wasted year. The Jets are going to win some meaningless games, and then we'll all be proud of it. Oh, look, Sam beat the Dolphins, and Sam lit up the Redskins, and, dude, but 5-11, like, okay, great. We're just going to embrace the losing, embrace the rebuilding. Nothing's going to change, and here we are next year. Like, I'm just tired of it, dude. Like, it's just not fun. It's not watchable. It's embarrassing. Now we're like a joke again across the NFL. Like, dude, like I'm done. Like, I'm numb. Like, they sucked the life out of me. I will not spend a penny on this team the rest of the year. I don't care. Tickets. Thank you.
You know how it gets worse?
I don't want to go.
You know how it gets worse? I've been promoting a tailgate with Fireman Ed and everybody in Jacksonville. Dude, that was week 7, man, or our 7th game of the season. Coming in, we're playing the Dolphins and the Jaguars in back-to-back weeks. I live down here. Promoting this tailgate, I'm trying to get people, to come out, big Jet fan, big event and everything. Could you have envisioned before the season started? Dude, Vegas had this team's over under 7.5, which meant that, they were going to win somewhere between 7 and 8 games, according to the experts. Well, the experts didn't factor in that our clown coach we were going to be the worst coach team in football, because that's what we are. We're the worst coach team in football, with the worst cornerback in football, with the worst offensive line in football, and every possible scenario that could possibly go wrong with the team has gone wrong. And now I got to drive 5.5 hours this weekend to Jacksonville to go sit there and probably watch us get our doors blown off again. And then go down to Miami the following week. And then fly up to New York again for the Giants game. So it's like, whoa, that's going to be fun for me. Looking forward to that. I don't want to spend another penny on this team. I don't want to invest anymore in this team. I can't take it anymore. And it's all Woody Johnson's fault, man. I'm not even going to sit here and, make it like I'm going to start putting up Adam Gase billboards and stuff like that, because you know what, man? They fire Adam Gase, we're right back to square one again. The revolving door.
Exactly.
The revolving door.
Exactly.
So we fire Adam Gase, then what? Then who are we going to hire? You're going to get a head coach in here that can coach? You had coaches out there, you could have picked them off trees. You had Matt Rule out there, didn't want him because he wanted to pick his own coordinators. Well, isn't that what every NFL coach wants to do? Sure. But we had to saddle him with a defensive coordinator we already hired. You don't want Rule? Fine. McCarthy's sitting out there. McCarthy's won Super Bowls, proven coach in this league. Instead, we hire the guy that the Dolphins fired. And then, on top of it, dude, is this the first time that Adam Gase has played against Bill Belichick? He doesn't know. Are you kidding me? He's been scheming against this guy for years. Couldn't even compete. Could not even compete. This isn't a rookie first-year head coach. Oh, my God. That Bill Belichick is one hell of a coach. No. This is a guy who was in the division with him for 3 years. This is his 4th year playing against the guy. Second time this year, too, we lost. If you take away the touchdown on the punt in the first game, on the muff punt, and the interception that we returned off of Brady's backup, they beat us 63-0 this year. 63-0 in 2 games. Adam Gase, dude, you are on the clock, my man, and you can't get out of here fast enough. I'm done. I don't care if they beat Jacksonville this week. I don't care if they beat Miami the following week. I don't care if they beat the Giants the following week and get back to 4-5. I am done with Adam Gase. I'm done. You cannot get out of town fast enough. But then again, Chris and Woody Johnson are in charge of the next thing with our team lawyer, who's the president, and our you know, and you know, got a bunch of clowns around him. They'll probably hire, who knows, Fran Tarkenton or Joe Montana to tell him who the next great coach is in the net. That guy's going to suck too. So what the hell's the difference at this point? It's a dreadful abysmal team. I'm sick and tired of it.
Thanks for calling it, man. We appreciate it.
Good night, guys. I love you.
All right, Joe. So, Joe, here's our dilemma. Here is the problem that we currently have right now, is that we have a problem with Blog Talk. So, right now we are doing a show that absolutely nobody can hear other than the callers. So, how do you want to handle this? Because if you listen to our link, it's classical music. So I have absolutely no idea if this is recording or not, or what's going on with the show. So, just so you know, I don't know what you want to do. So I know all our callers can hear this, and I know I can hear you, and Kev can hear us or everything else, but I have no idea if this is recording or anything else. No idea.
Well, I mean, we could keep going. I mean, unless you want to shut it down and start over again, we could do that. But I mean, that's the only other answer.
Yeah. So to everybody that's nobody's listening, because they can't. So everybody, we're getting tons of tweets and messages about they want to hear our show and they can't hear it. So I'll keep taking calls, but I have no idea what's going to happen. So I mean, what else is new? This is just ridiculous. So wonderful. We're going to go to Pete in Long Island. Pete, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, guys? You know what? Right now, I'm going to say a phrase that I haven't said all season, because I really believe that I wouldn't have to say it ever again. Same old goddamn Jets. Same old goddamn Jets.
True.
Not a thing has changed. You know, and it's crazy because you think back to the Cowboys game last week, right? Like, our offensive genius of a head coach, you know, he calls it a half-decent game, right, which he should do. They're really not asking too much of him. You know, he calls a half-decent game, and Sam Darnold plays well, and ultimately we get a huge win. You know, I was thinking season's back on track. You know, like, I was thinking that I was feeling so good that I was thinking maybe we might even have a chance to get the Patriots this week. You know, so I'm getting all excited for the game, and I say, you know what, I'm going to go to the game. I'm going to drive down from Albany, and I'm going to go to the game. And you know what? That game might have been the most demoralizing dumpster fire horror shows that I ever witnessed in my entire life. I sat in the third level, and all I could hear was a resounding, Brady, oh, Brady. No, man. It was the most humiliating thing I've ever had to deal with in my entire life. It was horrible.
It sucks the life out of you, man. Like, it's just, you sit there, it's like you're demoralized. Like, I'm numb. Like, dude, I lived for this team for years. Like, I can't wait for Sunday. I'm always excited. And now it's like I'm numb. Like the Jaguars game, I truly don't care. Like it was almost like a punishment last night to watch all four quarters. Like, you felt like you're being punished by somebody. Like, I have to sit here. Like, At one point I looked, I'm like, there's still another quarter of this game. Like, this was like an epic disaster. And it's like, now it's like there's nothing to look forward to. Like, now you got to pray to the football gods that Sam Darnold doesn't get happy feet and have jitters. I mean, Pete, this is bad, dude. This I never in a million years thought I mean, this is just bad. This is crazy.
Yeah, man. No, the goal for this season was to make playoffs. We are not like a rebuild team anymore. I mean, a lot of people like just want to say, oh, the Jets, they're just trash all around, no talent. Like, we had one of the biggest off seasons we've had in possibly our whole entire history of being a football team. Like, we pulled the best running back in football and one of the best linebackers. And you're going to sit here and tell me that we're trash? No way, man.
Yeah.
You know, like, absolutely demoralizing game. But I think that if you guys could think back to last season, you know, while I was sitting in MetLife, I got a similar feeling as I did during the Miami game, the Miami away game from last year, right? That was the game that the whole franchise got on the same page and said Todd Bowles is done. He showed us the same personnel mismanagement, the same bad play calling, the same just horrible head coaching that he put on display all season. And it all was in one game. It was just obvious. The same thing happened with Adam Gase this year during this Patriot game. Like, I remember in that Miami game, Jeremy Bates was calling like empty backfields while Miami was showing blitz, right? And, like, the empty backfield obviously was not working, right? Like, Sam had, like, a fumble on one possession in the first drive, running formation like that. Then they run it again in, like, the second half or something, and it's the same result, another turnover. We did the same thing last night. We did the same thing on the first drive. We get pinned inside the 10-yard line, and we, like, the Patriots, there's, like, 7 guys on the line. They're blitzing. I could see that from the third row. I could see it from the third row. And no one is running a short route. There's no one running short routes. And, like, two guys...
There's no slant. There's no nothing.
We turn the ball over.
There's no help at all provided. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I want to thank you for calling in. But you're absolutely spitting fire. There was no help. There was no slants. There was nothing. There was no adjustments made by Adam Gase for what we were seeing out there. And, again, he's supposed to be the Patriot killer. This is your 4th year scheming against this guy. You've seen Belichick before, up close and personal, twice a year. For the last 4 years, you're going to be seeing him. So what is the problem? How do you not make the adjustments that's going on out there? I don't understand that, but I want to go to the defensive side of the ball for you, because I'm wondering why Tremaine Johnson is on the field, period.
No,
shouldn't he be benched for the rest of this year?
I hate him. He should be in jail for armed robbery, what he's doing to us. The contract that he's getting is so, it's insane that he could get that amount of money for what he's doing out there on the field. He should not even be like on any NFL team. There's no way he should even be considered a starter. He should be a depth player at best, if not out of the league. Like, he's useless. He's absolutely freaking useless. There's no spot for him in this league on any NFL team. Useless.
Well, I mean, this is just, I just can't believe we're here. Like, I was so excited for the game. I was so excited to see it competitive. Like, I thought they were going to win, to be honest with you. I thought they were going to, like, go out toe-to-toe. The defense was going to just be stout and aggressive. I was waiting for, the Jets deferred. I'm like, you get a 3-and-out here. We get them, like, dude, they marched right down the field. Like, a 9-minute drive, 16 plays, just sucked the life out of the defense. And I'm like, oh, my God, they came out unprepared and flat. Like, how do you become unprepared and flat on Monday Night Football? Like,
they had a long week, too.
Dude, they acted like they earned something. Like, they act like they won something. I'll tell you, the Cowboy game was like the Super Bowl or something. Like, they were like, oh, they're the new kings in town. And like, their doors blown off.
It must have been that. It must have got to their heads, because it looked, the way they played, they had no game plan. They did not stick to any type of, predetermined plan or whatever. There was nothing, no planning. They came in clueless, and it showed. I really think that, like, one of our biggest problems is the way we're taking pass rush. Like, it's so simple. Like, you put running backs in the backfield, and you either chip off like a DN, or you just, like, take a guy in, a free rusher. Like, like somebody in the backfield has to be doing that. And I mean, I really haven't seen it, like, at all. They just keep running, like, empty backfields, and they expect a different result. Like, every time they're just screaming at us, and we can't cover or pick up anyone on a pass rush. The personnel management, too, like with C.J. Mosley and stuff like that, it's all reminiscent of Todd Bowles. And honestly, at this point, I think it's safe to say, I'm going to say it, Adam Gase is worse than Todd Bowles. He's worse. And whoever thought that would happen? Like, I told myself at the beginning of the season, like, you know what? Like, no matter what, we don't have Todd Bowles anymore, right? Like, I think we're all thinking that. Like, he can't possibly be worse than Todd Bowles. Like, but he is. He really is, man. Like, as soon as that final score came out, I went on Twitter and I tweeted, "Fire Adam Gase, because he's worse than this guy." And I don't. And like, I had a little gif of Todd Bowles. So that definitely got the attention of the Johnson brothers, I hope. But yeah, like, this is so
Pete,
frustrating.
thanks for calling, man. We listen, man. We feel your frustration, and sorry you came all the way down from Albany to see that garbage, man. But it's tough times. Thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Hey, keep your heads up, guys. Thank you.
Yep. All right, Joe. So we have an option that we can try to reboot this and see if we're not playing classical music, or you want to continue. Your choice, man. We got like one.
Yeah.
You want to try that?
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to reboot it because we definitely got to, I'm stand for the people. So they got to hear us. And, so everyone that's on the line right now, and I know there's tons of you, I can see, call back.
Yep.
We're going to reboot the show, and we're going to make sure that everything is good so that everyone can hear us as well, and not just the hundreds or however we got calling in
call back in like
right
5 minutes.
now. Yeah, so just call back in 5 minutes, and we'll be good to go, and we'll get everybody on, and we'll talk to everybody, believe me.
All right. This is like an Adam Gase run program.
Definitely run by the Jets.